guys, it's Laura from How to Get Your Shit Together, and in last week's video I talked about breaking bad habits and how I gave up chocolate. So this week I thought I would delve a little bit deeper and talk about willpower, how to have lots of it. So whether you want to kick a bad habit, stick with a good one, or just refrain from stabbing rude people in the eye, I swear half of them are asking for it. Stick around. The most important thing you need to know is that willpower is not an unlimited resource. It wears down as the day goes on, much like my husband when I nag him about something. Willpower is finite. We wake up with lots of it, but it depletes throughout the day as we're faced with just one decision after another. It's just like every other part of us, physically, mentally, emotionally, we get more and more tired as the day goes on. Now, obviously, if you're sitting on your arse all day, you're not going to be as tired as if you were out running a 10K. It's the same for your willpower. The more you use it, the more you'll wear it out. If you think about it, how many decisions have you already made today? Probably hundreds. You might think that they take minimal brain power, but really each one is leading you closer to decision fatigue. As the day wears on, your decision-making ability wears down. It becomes harder to focus and harder to say no to that greasy pizza. So, because you are going to need all of your willpower to achieve your goal, you are going to want to take it away from everything else. You don't want to be wasting that precious willpower just trying to decide what to wear, or agonizing over whether you're a bad mother because you're feeding your kids processed cereal for dinner. But if you won't take my word for it, take it from a scientific study involving cookies. I'll link it below if you want to read it in full, but basically people were lured into a room with the delicious smell of freshly baked cookies. Where can I sign up for these studies? Some of the participants were told to help themselves, but the other poor unfortunates were told to abstain. Then they were all asked to complete a difficult puzzle. The ones who had to resist the sweet, sugary scent gave up much sooner than those who were allowed to stuff their little faces. And that is because at that stage, their willpower was depleted. Conclusion: willpower is a limited resource and decision fatigue is the real deal. Either that or cookies make you smarter. Each time you make a decision, you are making a withdrawal from your willpower reserve, making it more and more difficult to eat a healthy dinner or go to the gym after work or whatever. Okay, so let's say that your goal is to refrain from stabbing assholes. A very worthy endeavor, but also very trying. You're not going to be able to do it if you've already had to resist the yummy cookies that some evil genius researcher has brought into work. The more willpower you give to that, the more stabby you'll be. You can't just go throwing your willpower around willy-nilly. People will get hurt. So the first thing you need to do is to remove as much temptation and decision making from your day as possible. You don't want to be faced with it if you can avoid it at all. If you are trying to eat healthy, for example, you want to try and avoid walking past fast food restaurants. You want to delete takeaway numbers from your phone. Just throw away the menus. Bring a packed lunch to work. Fill your fridge and your cupboards with healthy, ready-made snacks. You want to make it as easy and convenient for yourself as possible so that you don't even have to think about it. Eliminate choice from your day. Have your clothes picked out. Have your to-do list already written. Basically, when you wake up in the morning, you want everything to be on autopilot so that you can just focus all of your mental energy on achieving your goal. It is why people like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Barack Obama all wear the same uniform every day. It's one less thing that they have to spend time on. Now, you might think that a life on autopilot is boring and dull, but remember that it's just for a relatively short amount of time until you master your goal. And hey, I don't hear Mark Zuckerberg crying into his billion-dollar bills. Look at all of the times that you feel tempted, all of those times where you agonize over making a decision, and then try to remove those situations from your life completely. If you know that you are starting your new goal tomorrow, then do as much as you can today. have plenty of healthy food in, have all of your meals planned out, your outfits picked out for the next week, you know, all of your appointments made and confirmed, tickets bought and paid for, petrol tank full up. I talked about this in last week's video about the all or nothing approach, where you basically remove all excuses and all exceptions. When you tell yourself that something is happening, there are no cancellations, no rain checks, no refunds, then you have to do what it takes to get there. You have no choice. If you have to run, walk, or crawl, you get there. It's like years ago. Years and years ago, back in my day, if you told a friend that you were going to meet them in town at a certain time, you had to be there. You just had to. Now, with mobile phones, running late, be there soon. Don't allow yourself a fallback. Always take the route with the least amount of delays and distractions. Another great way to implement this in your life is to have routines. You probably already have some that you don't even realize. So for example, you probably do the same series of things in the morning to get you from bed to breakfast to suited and booted. But having routines for different areas of your life helps you to get things done without even having to think about them. The less you focus on the minutiae of your day, the more you'll be able to focus on the things that really matter. And get some sleep. Your brain needs a chance to rest and recharge so that it can rev up again. If you require your willpower to take positive action on something, so maybe to start a business or to write a book, you want to do that first thing in the morning before your day has a chance to drain you. If you require your willpower pretty much 24/7, as would be the case if you were quitting smoking or bad eating habits, then you want to clear as much off of your plate for the next few weeks as possible. If there is a time of year that you find particularly stressful, or if you've just got something going on, don't plan big goals for that time. So remember, your willpower is a finite resource. Yes, stocks can be replenished with a good night's sleep, but it makes sense to conserve as much as you can throughout the day so that you have it when you need it most. Put plans in place to take as much of the workload off of yourself as you can in those first few days. Eliminate everything unnecessary, then put everything else on autopilot. Focus all of your attention and your willpower on achieving your goal. Be single-minded of purpose. No questions, no exceptions, no excuses. And that is a wrap for yet another video. I really hope you liked it. Thumbs up if you could do with a little extra willpower in your life. Comment below and let me know what is one thing that you could cut out of your day to conserve your willpower. And hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I upload new videos every Thursday to help you live a better life. And because for every new subscriber I get, a baby unicorn is born. Them's the facts. I will be back next week with an update on my 1 month challenge. Link in the description if you want to check out the challenge video. Until then, gur míle maith agaibh agus feici mé sibh se go luath. Slán!